Hello everyone, and welcome to my art book collection. I figure I would do a separate art book one over my manga collection one, just because I have quite a few of these. I have them kind of in size order, so I'm just going to go through and kind of show a bit of the art of each one. So first off, I have my art book for Puzzle Mizu. This is one of my newer art books. I just really love the art style, and I really like some of the food themes in here as well. This is the mangaka of The Promised Neverland, if you guys didn't know. So really like this art book here, just lots of detail. Next, I have actually something I found for free. Someone was just kind of giving it away. And from what I could research, this is just sort of a storyboard book for one of the episodes of, I don't know if it's Bakemonogatari or one of the later ones, but it's kind of cool to have, seeing some of the storyboard panels here. Don't really have a lot to say on that one, but that was kind of neat. Next, I have Clamp North Side. So there's an art book for Clamp North Side as well as a South Side, so they kind of cover different parts of Clamp's works, from earlier works that is, anyway. So you kind of just have a mix of series in each of these. You'll see I have quite a few Clamp books, but these I found pretty cheap, and they kind of give us good sampling of Clamp's different works if you're not sure which one you kind of like, or you don't have any of the art books and you might want a variety. There's a one later on that I'll show that might be sort of higher quality, but in terms of like volume of art you have here, this one's pretty good. Yeah, so they're kind of broken up into different parts here. Alright, next I have a whole slew here of Yoshitosha Abe's artwork, and I just really love the feeling that his artwork gives when I look at it. So I kind of have the trilogy here, Lightness, Darkness, and then the sketches. So as you can tell, this one is the colored version of this sketch here. So let me go through some of these. So the lightness, I am assuming, is just related to sort of lighter toned art, to the darkness one here. So you have a lot of sort of his other doujin art in here, sadly not translated in English from what I can tell, and then also some of his more famous works in here as well. This Yoshitosha Abe is the one who's done Habane Renmei, my personal favorite, Serial Experiments Lane, Nia Under 7, I believe, and a couple sort of other things, but those are the main works here. Yeah, so that's that one. Then the sketches, as I mentioned, are actually just the sketches that we saw in some of these other art books here. Again, even just looking at some of the line work is really fun, because you can kind of see sort of the detail that went into designing each piece. Let me know if you guys want a separate art video on each of these. I could probably do sort of more of a comparison on these, since when I was trying to research these, there really wasn't a whole lot of information on what was in these art books. So yeah, obviously this is the darker one here. Just really softer toned pieces. Okay, the next, this is actually something I got in a big bundled manga set, so it was just thrown in with one of these. This is Black Butler Season 2 anime art book, so I would not have gone out of my way to buy this, just because, like, I don't really buy anime-focused art books in general. I would get a manga art book. There's some really nice Black Butler hardcover art books if you were looking to pick one up. I just kind of kept this one because it does have a couple nice pages in it. It does have a pull-out thing, but yeah, not really much to say about that one. Next we have, I guess not exactly an art book, but kind of an interesting piece here, sort of going through some of the information behind the movie, I believe, and maybe the series, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. Next, I will go through my favorite Yoshitosha Abe art book. This one is fantastic. If you were to get any of his art books, I would probably recommend this one just because of how it's presented. This is actually just a hard case for this one. You can see the without the dragon, and then with this dragon serpent here. As you can see, this is the back of the hard cover case. So front and back. Again, really nice hardcover. Yeah, with a lot of Abe's art books, there is a lot of overlap in terms of the art presented in each book. So in some sense, if you pick up one of these sort of more broader scope art books, you'll have a lot of the more popular and or detailed sort of art in it. So I would definitely recommend this one if you can find it. If you don't have a favorite of Abe's work, or you just want sort of a variety of his work. Yeah, see, this is one of my favorite ones here. Fantastic overhead shot here. And then the sketch to go along with it. So yeah, it kind of has a mix of sketches and colored pieces. So Experiment Lane. Yeah, just really love this art book. And then this kind of gives a history of the different art pieces. Sadly, I can't read it, but kind of interesting. And this is sort of showing his studio here. So, really gorgeous. Definitely recommend picking this one up if possible. Again, comes with this nice case that just fits in there. Alright, next we have The Art of Vampire Night by Matsuri Hino. So, obviously this is by the author Matsuri Hino. More of a guilty pleasure series of mine, but it does have some really nice art in it, actually. So yeah, just some really clean art. And it does have a pull-out poster as well, sort of a fold-out. That folds out there, and I believe that's what's on the cover. The cover here is what the fold out would look like. But yeah, cheap art book, so might be worth picking up if you like the art of this. Next we have one of my more recent acquisitions. This is the Takane and Hana art book. Fantastic art. I am a sucker for some of this more, I don't know if I would say gothic, but just like supernatural, but also more of a like cuter art style, I guess I would say, with very pastel-y colors. Just really nice art here. I've only watched the anime, but it does have the same, obviously, style throughout. Yen Press has licensed the manga, so I might pick up some of that as well. But just some really fun art. See, it has sort of cutesy art style, and then but also sort of like a darker undertone for each of these, which really fits the series as well. So, fantastic art book here. Next, we have another Clamp art book, I know, to everyone's shock and awe. This is a Tesubasa art book. This is, again, more of an oversized art book. Sometimes when I was looking this up, it seemed like it was supposed to be more of a regular sort of volume size, but no, it's a full-size art book here. In terms of cost for this art book, this is one of the cheaper sort of art books here. $20. Definitely worth it for some Clamp art at that price. I sadly didn't enjoy Tesubasa as a story all that much by the end. However, the art is fantastic and the characters are a lot of fun. So, just in terms of that, I really like the art. So, I wish I could get one of the XXX Holic art books, but sadly those are very expensive. So, I'll have to settle with this one for now. But yeah, really nice art here. Okay, next we have another sort of Viz Media, I believe, art book here. This one is of Bleach, but the black. This is one of the earlier series that I kind of got into when I got into the whole manga collecting and or reading set. Title Kubo is kind of known for his sort of style of artwork, gives the characters a lot of sort of fun, trendy outfits, which was kind of more unusual at the time. I think they're just a lot of fun. Again, some more clean artwork as well. And yeah. I'm glad Viz released a bunch of these more affordable art books compared to some of these other hardcover deluxe ones. There is a really nice, I think, $150-$200 art book, like, sort of set that you can get if you're really invested in the Bleach art and the story, but this will have to do for me now. Next, we have The Art of Fushigi Yuugi. This I just picked up used for pretty cheap, so I have this one. I really do sometimes like that older shoujo style. You'll kind of see what I mean when I open this here. So if you don't like dated art sort of style, I guess you might not like this, but it's kind of nice to have a variety of art styles in sort of an art book collection. I have not got a chance to actually read this series yet, but I did hear it is quite good, so yeah, just some nice art. Again, you can totally tell the different sort of feel and style of some of these older shoujo art, which is kind of fun. So, and this one's actually a nice hardcover book. So, I don't know what's underneath. Yeah, so kind of nice hardcover book. Also by Viz, I believe. Yeah. Next, we have another Clamp book. This one's called All About Clamp. Sadly, this is in Japanese, so you don't get a whole bunch out of it if you don't read Japanese. However, I just think what's interesting about this book is some of the visuals in here. It goes through some of the promotional art as well as just like crossover stuff that Clamp has been a part of. I'm sure it has some other details about sort of how the series became popular and or sort of its relevance in media. So I just think it's really neat, some of the little extras that you normally wouldn't see anywhere else, like these promotional sort of pieces here. And then it has I don't want to show this one, but it does have the last released chapter of X 1999 in it. So I guess if you're looking for that as well, that's in here. That's just kind of cool. and it's really big as well. So I didn't pay too much for this one just because, like, I can't exactly read the content in here, but kind of a nice piece if you're really into the Clamp universe. So yeah. Next we have Kubota art book, also by Clamp. This one's a lot sort of smaller than a lot of these other art books. Like if I put it next to this one or the Fushigi Yuugi, it's quite small. But some nice things come in small packages, so I really like the Kubota art here. It's just so light and just like fun. I like it. Basically, the theme of this art book, it goes by seasons. So if you look in here, we have, you know, sunlight, bloom. So again, the seasons here. So the summertime, obviously winter. Just a lot of fun. I love Kubota's design as well. So just really fun art. And then at the back here, it has sort of an extra story as well, and some interviews. Alright, next we have the Cardcaptor Sakura 20th Anniversary Art Book. It's in this slipcase. This has not been released in English, but so yeah, you have this little plastic case here. It comes with a poster that shows kind of a bunch of the goodies and sort of promotional art that came with some of the books as they were released, and a timeline. I don't really want to open this up again, but yeah, kind of neat. And then here's the hardback book. This does match the new Kodansha hardcovers, so if you kind of like those and are picking up those, it might be worth picking up this art book to go along with it. A nice art book. I don't really have a good comparison to other Cardcaptor Sakura art books. The pages are a bit thinner in terms of quality, but the images are crisp, and it's got a lot in here, so definitely glad to have this one. In case I haven't stated before, but top 3 of my favorite Clamp works would have to be XXXholic, Cardcaptor Sakura, and Tokyo Babylon. Those are my sort of top 3 Clamp works, but I do like their art from pretty much all of their series as well. I am kind of interested in picking up the Code Geass art book. In case you didn't know, Clamp actually helped with the Code Geass designs. I'll put this over here. Next, we have Clamp Memories art book, which is actually one of their newer released art books. Here. So this is sort of a compilation art book. It has art from a bunch of the different Clamp series, so this is a good sort of starter art book if you don't really have a big preference on what series you really like, and just really nice quality here. I believe it still is in print, so you should be able to find it. Not too difficult. Here, so yeah, you have some Chobits. So here we go. Clover, Cardcaptor Sakura, Tokyo Babylon art, Ray Earth, it looks like. Yep. So yeah, it's just sort of a good variety in here. This yeah, RG Veda, some other stuff. So yep, nice art book, good compilation. Next, we have Tokyo Babylon photographs. So the Tokyo Babylon art book. This one I picked up pretty cheap used, although it looks pretty new. So yeah, so in here, just kind of flip through the back. Again, Tokyo Babylon is one of my favorite ones. I really like this art book because it plays on a lot of the sort of obviously stark primary colors, and I just think that's super neat. It kind of has some parallel mirroring images in here as well, which is kind of fun to include. But yeah, see, like this one, like so gorgeous. Yeah, just a lot of fun in this art book here. Yeah, so really like this art book. Definitely look into it if you like this sort of style and or story. Really great art book and pretty affordable as well, even used. Next we have the Persona 5 design works, and this one I'll bust open again. This one's actually a giant book here. Let's see if I can slip it out. Here. Alright. Oh, geez, my slip cover came off in here. This is pretty sticky. Yeah, so it comes with this slip and an obi. Just kind of keep those over there. Yeah, so here's the art book. I'll just kind of briefly skip through these, but yeah, it has a lot of the specific character designs, sketches, some of the actual just like little object artwork in here. It basically has everything in there. This is the Japanese release. There was an English release, but I heard they actually cut out some of the content on here, so I thought that was kind of weird. And the English release is quite expensive compared to this Japanese release for less content, so I figure I would get the Japanese release of this book. Sadly, I can't read some of the dialogue on here, but it's about the art, right? So, super cool sort of style. I really love Persona 5 as a game, so kind of neat art book on there. There's one other art book that I did forget about. This is the Persona 5 Royal art book. This came with the Phantom Thieves edition of Persona 5 Royal, a new game. There is spoilers for Persona 5 Royal in this art book, so just kind of skip to the end here. Skip this part if you don't want any spoilers. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to... But yeah, this just features some of the new character art in Persona 5 Royal. It's pretty small. But kind of a neat add-in in here. So yeah, and that is my art book collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. Certainly let me know if you guys want a closer look at any of the art books I do own, or have any recommendations for art books to look into or pick up based on sort of what you've seen in my collection, maybe from this video. Let me know what you guys think here. And thanks for watching.